So I know this quote isn't exactly what he said, but this paraphrase of it is interesting to think about as we reflect on what we're presently doing in Venezuela. So Howard Zinn tells an interesting little story in our history that I think we can all reflect upon. In Guatemala in 1954, a legally elected government was overthrown by an invasion force of mercenaries trained by the CIA at military bases in Honduras and Nicaragua and supported by 4 American fighter planes flown by American pilots. The invasion put into power Colonel Carlos Castillo Armas, who had at one time received military training at Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. So to Zinn, if we were to continue reading about the details of this coup, this was a clear example of the United States acting for economic and political gain rather than for democracy or freedom. If I were to continue reading, we would see that we basically overthrew a government because its leaders' land reforms threatened the interests of the powerful United Fruit Company and some other US elites. And if we zoom out, this story fits a broader pattern where the US repeatedly topples governments that challenge our corporate or elite power, or governments that just won't freely hand over an important resource. The operation in Guatemala was justified under the guise of fighting communism, even though his policies were largely nationalist and reformist. Only 4 of the 56 seats in their Congress were held by communists. Ultimately, what really happened is that the US acted to protect an economic resource and install a friendly, compliant government in Guatemala, not unlike what is about to play out in Venezuela.